Hey everyone, back with another update. Just showing you more of the process instead of just kind of showing you this step and then showing you that step and it's almost done. So right now I'm working on the inner part of the strut tower, and I just wanted to give you a little rundown of how I've been doing it and what's working for me. Like I say all the time, you can do it however you want. This is just the ways that I've found that seem to work out decent. Okay, we'll flip it around and I'll show you. So, as you can see, I've got the inner panel kind of fitting there roughly. It's just slid over top of the material that's already there, so you can kind of see down in there. I cut it out roughly so that I could make it kind of fit over top of what's already there. And then basically from here, I make sure I've got my bottom piece all leveled off with where it's gonna sit when it's welded in, and so that it sits all nice inside the frame rail. And then I just slowly mark out where, like I don't mark right where the metal meets. I like to mark a little lower and then kind of grind my way up until I get my fit exactly where I like it. So you can see I got a line there. Luckily, I think this panel's just gonna cover what I need it to, because I mean these strut towers were not in great shape. So, but the sides, I've got lots of meat there. That'll be no problem. Show your back. The back as well. Got lots of meat there. So try and cut out the bad metal, because it looks decent from the outside, but as you go inside, you can see that there is some rust starting there. So I'll be cutting right above that, cleaning it all up obviously, and prepping it for weld, but that's the rough idea. You can see what's going on there. Alright, I'll update you when I get some more done. So you gotta love when a fit comes together. There's still a little bit of knocking around to do, but for the most part, I am happy with that. It's nice and flush along the frame rail there. And my other plate sits nice and flush to this one. So this is obviously sunk in a little bit. But yeah, I am happy with that. So it's a lot of messing around, really. I'll grind as much as I can without going too far on the original stuff, and then when I get to a spot where I'm pretty happy, I'll start grinding my Scott rod panel that I'm putting in. One key thing to note about these Scott rod panels, so every fabricator, you want to always weld something 90 degrees or right corner to corner. Well, this one here, if you actually weld that 90 degrees corner to corner, it won't follow the contour of the original strut tower. So what I do is I'll weld it, but then I kind of just dolly out the weld itself and kind of give it a little radius. And then what I did too, because I welded at 90, not realizing that it's not a true 90. I basically just hammered out the edges until it kicked out where I needed, and then basically when I go to clamp and weld the rest of it, it should follow the original strut tower pretty well. But yeah, so when I'm holding that and pushing that in, there is like zero gap and it's a perfect seam. So that's really what you're going for. Well, yeah, I'll update you when I get a little further. Forgot to mention one key thing that you really want to make sure when you're at this stage. You want your holes in the inner scot rod panel to line up with your outer holes. So that will take a little bit of messing around as well, but from what I can see right now, I'm actually pretty good. So that line there, I'm a little bit off on that one, a little bit off on that one. So I got to shift it back, but I have lots of wiggle room to shift back. So yeah, just that's one key thing to note. You want those holes to line up perfect. Another little update for you guys. Basically, I have everything fit up now. Everything looks pretty good. It'll fit really nice. Took my time. This side turned out a lot better than the other side. But yeah, holes line up perfect for the K-member bolts on this side. One thing I had to do was, so I found that if you tack the bottom side down here on the other side, might be a little dark, but at this edge here, if you tack the inner first there, then you can make sure that you have your right spacing and then worry about fitting the inner up here and around everywhere. The other side, I fit the inner at the top up there first, and then I had to do some messing around to get the holes to line up better. But this way seemed to work a lot better by tacking the bottom and then worrying about up there. Other than that, it's all pretty straightforward. Let's just take your time fitting. Take your time making sure all your measurements are right. That's the biggest thing, right? But we're just about done here. I just have to finish weld and grind it all up pretty and make it look like it never happened. There's going to be a couple holes like that were already in the strut towers that I'm going to be filling up too, just to kind of pretty it up a bit. But yeah. So if anyone has any kind of questions about this, or just kind of wondering where to start, well, I don't know, whatever, but just either put it up in the comments or go on my my Facebook page, OldCrowFab&Performance, and you can message me on there and we can go from there. But yeah, this one's just about done. I think the K-member and everything should be in tomorrow or Saturday, so we'll get this all finished welded and get everything bolted back up and make this car a roller again. So that'll be exciting. Alright, thanks for checking in. This is it for tonight. I'm going home, going to bed. Alright, good night.